Black Dog, Myth Junkie, Episode 2. Welcome to Myth Junkie, where we discuss different myths and monsters. Let's talk about black dogs. Some of you that have read Harry Potter might remember Professor Trelawney telling Harry his tea leaves were in the shape of a grim. She then tells him it's a giant spectral dog that haunts churchyards, and that it's an omen of death. This is one thing a black dog can represent. It can have many different meanings. My goal is to explore the different variations of the supernatural creature. Before getting into the many meanings it can have, I want to go through the more physical aspects. The black dog is a nocturnal apparition and in some cases can be a shapeshifter. Usually described as a huge black dog with glowing red eyes, it is said that encountering the dog at night is a terrible omen and even a premonition of death. It is often associated with the devil or is described as a ghost, hellhound, or something supernatural. Mentions of this demonic entity are mostly found in the folklore of the British Isles. However, mentions of supernatural black dogs can be found in many places, including but not limited to Scotland, Cornwall, Wales, Latin America, Ireland, and Islam. The main origin of the black dog is difficult to place. However, it is known that throughout European mythology, dogs have been associated with death. This was mainly due to the scavenging habits of dogs. The black dog could simply be a surviving belief of this. Black dogs have commonly been associated with depression, grief, loss, loneliness, and death. Some versions of the being are also linked with storms. While the dog is often surrounded by death, it is not always an evil figure. The English church Grim is said to guard churchyards from thieves, witches, vandals, warlocks, and even the devil. Adding to the polarity of the black dog, even the more violent Black Shuck of English folklore has occasionally been described as companionable. Continuing with the differences in stories, black dogs are universally regarded as malevolent, and some are said to be directly harmful, such as Barghest. However, there are some, the Girt Dog in Somerset, and the Black Dog of Hanging Hills in Connecticut, that are believed to be benevolent. There are many names for the similar creatures, including Hairy Jack, Padfoot, Swooning Shadow, Moth Doog, Hateful Thing, Gytrash, Ode Road Ogun, and many others. While technically a grim is a separate entity, a church or fairy grim occasionally takes the form of a black dog. Many differences of the black dog stories gives a bigger sense of mystery to the possibilities of its true identity. I briefly touched on how the stories could be remnants of past beliefs, but for how large of an area the stories come from and the stories themselves often matching up, it makes you wonder. If the black dog is a supernatural entity, does it really predict death, or could it simply represent change? I hope this has gotten more people to think about other myths and folklore and explore the differences and similarities between the many stories. This has been Myth Junkies. Till next time, my fellow nerds.